Join me today as we put together our fall front yard and our fall photo booth here at the Horticulture Geek Gardens. Hey there everybody, thank you so much for watching me today here at Horticulture Geek on the YouTube channel. My name is Ray and welcome to my garden here in Central Arkansas, Zone 8A. And as you just heard today, we are going to be working on our front yard for the fall, getting some decorations put in our front flower beds on the front porch area, and then doing a photo booth. One of the things that Mrs. Horticulture Geek likes doing every year is a photo booth in our front yard, and people in our neighborhood do stop by and use it, especially on Halloween night with trick-or-treaters. Kids will just line up to use this photo booth. So I wanted to show you kind of how it progresses. And so I'm just going to set the camera up and I'm going to start pulling all the pieces and parts together. The main centerpiece, the backdrop, you would say, for this photo booth is just a flat pallet. You know, pallets come where they're slatted, so board missing a spot, board missing a spot, or they come solid. So the one I have is a solid flat bottom pallet. I picked it up for free after something was delivered on it. You could use any type of wood or pallet you have if you want to replicate what I'm doing, but that's what I have. And then I have just simply taken some 2x4s and created bracing to anchor it on the sides and hold it standing upright, which you will also see me attaching in the video. And then from there, I literally just start layering items in front of and around the photo booth. So I don't know how it's going to turn out yet, but you will see it unfold as it takes shape. And then once it's all said and done, I will give you a final walkthrough of it. And I did want to mention, you can see behind me, the garden is doing great. We've got lots of beautiful color. Things are blooming around here. Here in Central Arkansas, we have a very warm fall. So my annuals are still going strong. The garden is still going great. I have covered the pool, but quite frankly, we've just been so hot here. A lot of folks in this area call it first fall. The summer gets so hot that around September, before we get into October, everything is just so dry, all the trees go ahead and start dropping their leaves. Now, what's left on the trees will hang out there until we start getting our first freezes in December, maybe November. But we've still got a long ways to go in the growing season, but I had to go ahead and cover the pool to keep all the leaves and debris out of the water. But we still have a lot of growing to do, and I'm hoping to film a quick garden walk around at some point and get that up on the channel. But I digress. This video is for that photo booth. So I'm going to set the camera up and we're going to watch it unfold. Here we go. Okay, so you've seen me now get the bulk of the photo booth put together, but I had an idea a few weeks ago, and so I'm going to try to implement this idea now, where, you know, everybody uses corn stalks and hay bales in their fall arrangements and front porch decorations and all that. Well, I've been growing okra this summer, and we ate all the okra we wanted, and my plants were still loaded. So I have allowed several of my okra plants just to hang out, and the pods have started to dry. And so now we're going to harvest a couple of these okra stems and get them all cleaned up and just see how they look with our corn stalks and hay bales in this photo booth. In my head, this is going to look really cool and be another element for us gardeners where we can grow something here in our own gardens, or you can pick something up from a farm stand or whatever and add more fun elements into your fall arrangements. So I'm gonna set this camera up and we're going to harvest this okra, and then we'll take it out there and get it put into the arrangement and see what it looks like. Here we go. All right, so here we have our dried okra pods that I've just let dry right on the plant. Let's go plug them in and see how it works. All right, so here we have the finished photo booth. And I did want to briefly talk about the wheelbarrow here. As you can see, I've got a heuchera in the wheelbarrow. I've got coleus, and there are impatiens in here. These plants have been growing all summer long, and there is an ageratum in here as well. And I simply trimmed out some of my coleus to make room and laid in mums and additional pumpkins to switch it from more of the summer vibe to more of the fall vibe for this arrangement. I also have added into the photo booth, and I just plopped them in there, the Denver daisies, the rudbeckias. So we've got those in there. And then our okra did turn out really fun as well in our arrangement. So this is the booth. All right, guys, I hope you have enjoyed watching me put together this fall display here at the Horticulture Geek Gardens at our home. And I wanted you to know that this is a project that you can do. This is a fun, do-it-yourself project if you're interested. And I certainly hope you take inspiration from watching me put together our display here at the Horticulture Geek Gardens. Now, these projects do not have to be expensive, especially if you collect, save, and purchase pieces throughout the years, and so that each year your display can improve. For example, like I've already discussed, the main backdrop of my piece was a pallet. I found that solid pallet. It was free on the side of the road. I used scrap lumber to create bracing for that pallet. The bench we picked up at a yard sale and just reupholstered the top with a cheap, inexpensive fall tablecloth. The wheelbarrow I picked up at a yard sale. I think I paid $10 for that wheelbarrow, and I keep it in my garden at all times. I keep it planted, and so virtually by taking that, editing out some things that I had planted in it for the summer season so that I could add in the mum, the pumpkins, and put it in that display and make it work. That was a cheap add for me of something I already had. If you noticed, on one end I had a terracotta pot with purple heart plant in it. Again, a plant that I had growing here in my garden already, was easy to take and plug into that display. The metal pieces like the Hello Pumpkin sign and the metal scarecrow are pieces that Mrs. Horticulture Geek has picked up throughout the years, and we use those here at our home, so I already had those. So for me here this year, I had to purchase the mums, the pumpkins, the hay bales, and the corn stalks. I spent under $100 for those items to create that display. And the sky is the limit. So whatever you find, whatever your style is, whatever items you have available to you in your garden or home, incorporate those things and make something that is unique to you. And I would love to see what you come up with. Share pictures and stories and tag us with whatever you come up with if you use this video as inspiration to create something wonderful in your garden. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give me that thumbs up. If you haven't liked and subscribed, do that. You never know when we're gonna come out with a new video. But until next time, from my garden to yours, I wish you all the best and happy gardening.